After 6 years in the making, we are here, when this video was filmed on April 15th, watching Sanford Lake refill again for the first time in 6 years. Amazing seeing all that water out there in front of the dam again. We have received a lot of rainfall here in mid-Michigan. For those of you just joining the channel, this encompasses an entire series of where I've been documenting the failure of these dams here on the Four Lakes. First, it was the earthen embankment breach and failure on Edenville earthen embankment that sent this rushing water towards Sanford Dam, overtopping this earthen embankment and allowing the subsequent failure of Sanford Dam. After 6 years, these dams have been rebuilt. They are now stronger than ever, up to today's safety standards, able to pass enough flow for a 500-year flood, which is very important at this present day. I've noticed a lot of people probably paying attention to the Sheboygan Dam up north here in Michigan, and if I did have more time, I would be up there covering that story as well. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone up in Sheboygan, dealing with all the flooding and the water that is almost overtopping their dam. Fisher Contracting was actually sent up there to help out. They removed the gates off of the dam to hopefully pass a little bit more of those flows and keep it from failing. A lot of learnings have came from the failures here on the Edenville and Sanford Lake failures. Consumers has brought in portable transformers, Fisher going up there and removing the gates so that they were not obstructing any flow of water going underneath them anymore. Many other learnings that are probably have been put in place so that we do not have another one of these dams fail here or hopefully anywhere in the United States. Here at present day though, again, April 15th, this dam is refilling. You can see the embankment underneath this hydro-seeded grass on the right-hand side is concrete, so they did go ahead and install some riprap on the bottom of that since the last time I was out here filming. Definitely armoring it up a little bit more to prevent any of that erosion from happening. And as we swing over the top of the embankment here, this emergency auxiliary spillway, you can see just how much Sanford Lake has already refilled. They were able to take advantage of our high rainfall water events here happening in mid-Michigan and keep those gates at a little bit higher level, so we got a jump start here, raising the levels here on Sanford Lake to begin the refill process. I'll cover that in a little while, but right here on the side of the screen, we can see the new Sanford boat launch. So this will be the public boat launch. Looks like they have some nice new poured concrete here. Looks like they dug it out a little bit deeper right at the end of that boat launch. Hopefully there's some stone or smaller crushed limestone at the base of that. Looks like there is, to hopefully prevent any of erosion from happening there, as we can see some of that sediment already eroding over into the boat launch area. Here's the Sanford Lake Park. Nice beach sand here. Again, right hand side shows that they dug this a little bit deeper as well. Definitely will be nice, and we are probably a month away from seeing kids out here swimming in this lake, and it is going to be an amazing sight to see. Boats out here once again, people enjoying this lake. We're approaching the area on the left-hand side, and at the top of the screen there's US 10. See all the riprap placed in a line. That is fish habitat that was placed here to hopefully encourage a lot of fish species to make this a #1 habitat for some sport fishing in the coming years. The trees that were placed out here in the middle of the screen, they're almost completely covered with water. Looks like they're sinking nicely. Doesn't look like they will be floating anytime soon. So shouldn't have to worry about them floating to the south and getting stuck in the barriers that are behind the dam, keeping any of those branches or tree stumps from going over the top of the dam. See all the lake bed out here? Not really a lake bed anymore. Pretty high level of water already. You can see some of the stumps poking out over here on the right hand side. know there was a question asked in Facebook of why these weren't removed, what was the status of the lake bed. You could see they went ahead and brush hogged everything. They weren't able to disturb the lake bottom though, so they didn't want to remove any of these stumps, as well as it was illegal to do that. That is fish habitat. I'm guessing some of these will probably rip out of the water and float once the lake is refilled, as they are no longer waterlogged anymore. See the ducks flying at the top of the screen? They're loving the habitat. But the lake bottom was brush hogged, so I'm sure there's a whole bunch of little tiny sticks. We will see those flowing downriver over the next month or so. Drop a little bit closer so you can see what that lake bottom looks like. Lots of little sticks, some grass growing there. They will be monitoring the water conditions as this refill progresses, so probably seeing how many nitrates are in the water so that hopefully the downstream area is not getting polluted. We don't want to have any fish kill off or any other high nutrient events downriver of here that cause negative effects to people south of here on the Tittabawassee River. See that water level rising? If I sat there with the drone long enough, we'd probably be able to see it rise right before our eyes. For the refill process though, I'll cover this real quick. The lake was up 9 feet when this refill started on April 15th because of the high rainfall event. It has 7 feet more to go. The gates can raise the lake 1 foot per day. So that is what we're seeing hopefully right now, is these gates coming up 1 foot, raising that water level 1 foot per day. And then when Sanford Lake reaches its normal winter level, which is typically about 3 foot below the normal summer legal level, they're going to pause. So no changing of the gates, no changing the water level at that time. And during that time, the engineers are going to observe and monitor the dam, check out the embankments, all of the areas around the watershed, make sure there's not erosion from happening, or just kind of letting that embankment probably soak in a little bit more, get waterlogged, and seeing how it performs. After that time period, then we will go ahead and refill the final 3 feet to take it all the way up to the summer legal lake level. And at that point, Sanford Lake will be completely refilled. So no real way of telling how long that's going to take. It's going to depend on how much rain we get, and as of right now, we've been getting a lot of it, so it will probably happen pretty quickly, but you never know what's going to happen in the coming weeks. Maybe we won't get much of any rainfall. Drone is up at 400 feet in altitude, giving us that bird's eye view from way up here, facing towards the northeast now, coming directly in front of the dam, dropping in altitude. You can see all that water passing through the dam at this time. And there's a lot of it flowing through there right now, as well as the other lakes to the north of here. They have been impacted, specifically Secord and Smallwood Dam. A lot of that water is passing through those dams, and some has actually came over the top of the spillway portions, not passing through the low-level outlet or the emergency auxiliary spillway as in Secord Dam. That could have delayed work a little bit there, but at this time, from what I'm hearing, they could catch up. Depends how our weather behaves here in mid-Michigan again. So if things calm down a little bit, start to pass those flows through the low-level outlet on Smallwood Dam, they're not out of the realm of possibilities of catching back up and having the normal legal lake level restored in the time period that was estimated. And see all that debris that's caught in the booms here behind the dam. So that went ahead and removed earlier that morning when I was out here filming. From what I was told, on April 15th, they had already removed 50 dump truck loads of that debris. A lot of just branches, stumps, logs that were floating downriver. And that's going to Pat's Gradall. I think from what I've been told, it's going to be composted and recycled. So that is what's happening with that. I'm sure people like to know that information. You can see a little bit of that stuck here behind the dams. But these Crest gates are nice. They don't allow that material to get stuck under them like Tanner gates would. It just flows right over the top, and the hydraulics go ahead and raise and lower those gates to the desired level, raising and lowering the legal lake level. I know there's a lot of people that wanted to see the operation of those gates. I went ahead and asked, and it doesn't seem like we'll be able to see the actual control room operation, which makes sense. That's probably a restricted area that they don't want the general public knowing how these gates are lowered and raised. But I am still hopeful that we'll be able to get out there and maybe see just the gates in action, seeing them raised and lowered in real time right before our eyes, and seeing just the hydraulics move them up and down. So again, let me know if you're interested in that in the comments down below, and I'll try to make that happen in the future as we come up on the refill here at Sanford Lake. I will be going out to film the Northern Lakes very shortly. A lot of progress happening on Edenville Dam right now as well, on the Tobacco and the Edenville Dam side. And Secord and Smallwood, like I said, has been slowed a little bit just because the amount of rainfall water that are having to pass through those dams. But as of the April newsletter, this is the upcoming milestones for the 5 dams on the 4 lakes. The Edenville Dam right training wall and water control structures being worked on. Completion of the auxiliary spillway structural concrete on Edenville Auxiliary Spillway. The left training wall and center pier at Secord Dam. The upstream pier extension concrete at Smallwood Dam. And then, of course, as we're seeing right now, Sanford Lake refill. So those are the milestones for April. We are mid-April, end of April right now, so a lot of that stuff's probably being worked on or complete at this point. And hopefully we'll be able to see this happen really soon. Look at the amount of water flowing over the top of those Crest gates here on Sanford Dam. It looks over on the left-hand side where that low-level outlet is. I'm not seeing any flow go through there. Again, I'm guessing they probably don't want to pass flows through there right now, force it over the Crest gates, because there is that grate behind that area. And any of that debris that is not caught by the booms behind the dam would probably get lodged in there. So it's probably just easier just to not have water pass through the low-level outlet, just force it over the Crest gates, and any of that debris, sticks, logs, that is missed and not caught by the booms just flows over the top of the Crest gates, not causing any issues here. Sill is probably right below the drone in this area. Can't even see it with how high the water is. And we'll pan around and look at the park at the present day when I was out there filming. But when I just looked at the live cameras out there, the park is definitely quite a bit more flooded. They did close it off. It is normal for that park to flood and doesn't really impact anything at all for the normal springtime flooding. Baseball fields go underwater a little bit. Might actually add a little bit of nutrients to the grass there. Just pretty much causes it to be unusable for a little bit of the spring time frame, which we'll be seeing baseball out there very shortly. I have live cameras on every single one of these dams, so make sure you're tuning into those to check out 24/7 what is happening here on all of the dams. If you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description down below. Both Patreon, PayPal, and Coffee. Coffee is an interesting one to use. You can send me money for a tank of gas or send me money for a drink. So no fees are taken out of Coffee or PayPal. And if you want to continue supporting the channel, check out my Patreon. They get early access to everything I'm working on. As soon as I'm done out there filming, I upload the pictures from the current day. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.